Okay, Ronan MMA here, back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about how Michael Chandler has flat out rejected the call out from Arman Tsarukyan. And I'm going to give my opinion on this and why I think he did it and my thoughts on the situation. But before we get into that, like and subscribe, please. Don't be that guy. You know, if you come back here and you're watching, even if you're disliking on a regular basis, if you continue to watch my videos, please just subscribe. It's so easy. You can probably like make it so that I don't show up on your news feed if you really don't like me that bad. But if you're watching on a consistent basis, I think that you should just subscribe because it's free and it's a one-time lifetime subscription, and you don't have to, that's it. Just forget about it after. So anyways, so Arman Tsarukyan had made a pretty public call out of Michael Chandler, and I, for one, thought that that was the right call out for Arman Tsarukyan to make. I honestly thought that that was the right fight to make, and obviously not to benefit the career of Michael Chandler, because when I'm thinking about matchmaking, that's the last thing that I'm thinking about. I don't want to help further one fighter's career over another. I want to see who is the best in the division. And despite what any of you think about Justin Gaethje, like personally, he, to his credit, accepted the fight with Rafael Fiziev, which I'm sure a lot of guys in the top 5 there probably would have turned down. Like, I'm a big fan of Dustin Poirier, and I don't know that he would have accepted that fight. And I don't like that because I did a video where I was going over the Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush video, and I did a video where I was going over that video. That's not what I meant to say. I did a video where I went over that potential matchup, how I thought it might go. And in that video, I spoke about how a lot of guys almost all the guys in the top 5, it's like a revolving door where they just like are fighting each other kind of. And, we were getting to the point where people were like, oh, are we going to see Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier too, and all this stuff. And it's actually irritating to watch, because these guys that are on their way up and absolutely deserve a crack at the top 5, in my opinion, like Arman Tsarukyan or Mateusz Gamrot. In fairness, Mateusz Gamrot got that, but only because Beneil Dariush is such a badass. And then Benny showed us why he is, potentially going to be fighting Charles Oliveira for a title eliminator. Now, yeah, Arman Tsarukyan called him out. I think it was on Twitter or whatever. I saw it on Instagram because I don't use Twitter, but Michael Chandler has finally responded to it and said, no, I'm not going to fight Arman Tsarukyan, whose name has a silent T in it. That's the worst trash talk ever. That's the best trash talk Michael Chandler is capable of, by the way, which is fine. But, man, I really wish he would just accept that fight. And I get it that if he has a potential matchup for Conor, why would he go and take a fight like that? Because the Conor fight potentially could make him a ton of money. If he gets to coach tough, he could potentially make money there. I don't know how they pay the coaches that participate in that show. But in terms of like the rankings in the lightweight division, and maybe this is a hot take, but I don't think that Michael Chandler, skill-wise or fight IQ-wise, should really be in the top 5. I mean, the guy has some of the worst fight IQ that we've ever seen. I mean, he could have finished Dustin Poirier. He could have probably finished Justin Gaethje at some point as well. But for whatever reason, he just wants to go full redact and throw as many hooks as he possibly can, and not get anybody out of there, and kind of forgets that he's actually like a really good wrestler and could probably take him to the ground and finish him there if he really wanted to. Arman Tsarukyan absolutely deserves that fight, dude, in my opinion. Arman Tsarukyan's like a very good fighter, and I think should be in talks for a fight in the top 5. And it pisses me off that guys like that who got the position because they are fan favorites or they, had a big name outside the UFC and all that stuff, just get to sit there and not do anything. And just, and also if he does fight Conor, like his call out was for Conor at 170, and Dana White said that he liked that, so that fight would have zero implications at lightweight, which kind of just holds it up. So if he's gonna be, holding up his spot so that he can go coach tough and then fight Conor at 170, then get his name out of the top 5 and move the rankings around a bit, because damn, dude, I want to see what Arman Tsarukyan can do against a guy like Michael Chandler. And honestly, that would be like one of the best tests for him, because we've got a guy in Michael Chandler who, like I said, has got outstanding wrestling. The scrambles in that fight would be out of this world. It would be incredible. And also Arman Tsarukyan, in my opinion, would probably piece him up on the feet. Now maybe Michael Chandler could land a big blow and hurt him and get him out of there with some ground and pound, but I personally don't think so. I can't understand how Michael Chandler is still somehow in the... maybe I'm talking out my ass. I've got to make sure that he's in the top 5, because otherwise I'm going to look like an idiot. But how can you be in the top 5 when you knocked out Dan Hooker, which, okay, good win. But you know what, dude? After he had that crazy war with Dustin Poirier, and that might have had something to do with it, because Poirier hit him with some crazy shit and he didn't get out of there. Michael Chandler is sitting comfortable at number 5. And Arman Tsarukyan's number 8. And I know that, And see, look, though, Justin Gaethje, man. G shit. Rafael Fiziev is at 6. Gaethje's at 3. And he's still taking it. So, I feel like this is kind of a bitch move from Chandler. I get how it benefits his career monetarily. But, man... Get out of the top 5. You beat Dan Hooker and an old Tony Ferguson. Right? And yeah, that was a fantastic knockout. But every single person he's fought who is like legitimately, maybe I should say more recently, has a win in the top 5. Things don't go his way. So, what is he, 2-3 in the UFC so far? Lost to Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. Yeah. 2-3. 2-3. And those 2 are against guys who, again, weren't actually top 5, in my opinion. I really wish he would take this fight, and I feel bad for Arman Tsarukyan, because he, made a call out, and it didn't go his way, and the UFC's probably not going to oblige him, but which leaves him... who are you going to fight? Because he's already fought Mateus Gamrot. Rafael Fiziev is fighting Justin Gaethje. Dustin Poirier, we don't know what he's doing. But and then Charles Oliveira, Beneil Dariush, and Volkanovski's fighting the champ. So the top 5 are basically all booked up. There's no way Dustin Poirier is going to say yes to fighting Arman Tsarukyan. Which would only really leave him one... You would have to fight backwards, which is not right, dude. He's incredible. Okay. And Mateus Gamrot, that is a potential rematch that I would love to see, but I would rather see that in maybe a couple years when they're both, when either one of them's champ, if that happens, or if they're close, a more of a title eliminator, went full dyslexic there, type situation. Because otherwise, who are you going to give him, man? You going to make him fight like Drew Dober at number 14? Or Dan Hooker? Come on, dude. Dan Hooker's fighting Jalen Turner, whatever. So that ain't going to work, dude. I want to see Arman Tsarukyan get a shot at the top 5. And if you look at the top 5 rankings, the person that deserves to be there the least is Michael Chandler. And I think that if they actually push for that to be the Conor fight, they know it's a winnable fight for Conor, in my opinion. Unless Chandler decides that he's going to just be a wrestler and not even attempt to strike with Conor. But I don't think so. I think Conor knocks Michael Chandler out, if I'm being honest. And I am not a Conor fan. So, yeah. That's that. I think it's bullshit. I want Arman Tsarukyan to fight Michael Chandler because I think Arman Tsarukyan deserves it. And I think he's championship material and probably will be in a championship fight at least probably within the next year if I had to bet. But let me know your thoughts on this situation and if you side more with Michael Chandler and understand why he's doing it, or if you sympathize with Arman Tsarukyan for not getting a top 5 fight because of this revolving door of top 5 fighters at lightweight. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. You know, be a part of my community, the best community, where we don't get mad about dumb shit progressive stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, all right. So like and subscribe. See you later.